Good morning, everybody. In the last class, we finished our topic Sautron equilibrium and multiplier mechanism. So, today we have to start our next chapter, that is problem of excess demand and deficient demand. Dear student, these two topics, excess demand and deficient demand, is the most relevant problem facing by any economy in the present world. But before going to discuss our main topic, problem of excess demand as well as deficient demand, we have to discuss some more essential concepts required before discussion of excess and deficient demand. So, we have to discuss some essential concept under the topic excess demand and deficient demand. What are the essential concepts, dear student? The main essential concept is full employment equilibrium and underemployment equilibrium. Full employment and underemployment equilibrium. Full employment equilibrium and underemployment equilibrium. See, we have to discuss about the terminology of full employment and underemployment. What it meant to be and what are the impacts of these. See, the full employment equilibrium. In the previous class, we discussed about equilibrium of an economy. What were the conditions for equilibrium before we discussed in the previous class? The first condition, the main condition, AD must equal A, or alternative approach, S must equal Y. See, what we discussed so far in this unit under the Sautron equilibrium of economy in the previous chapter, an economy attains its equilibrium when aggregate demands in the economy exactly equal to aggregate supply, or you can say what the planning of producers to produce the goods and services for the economy during the financial year is as same as planning of people to purchase the goods and services during the financial year. If both are matching to each other, both are matching means plan of producer, to produce the goods and services is as same as plan of consumer to purchase and or consume the goods and services during a financial year. Say, the ideal condition for an economy to attain its equilibrium is planning of producer to produce the goods and services is as same as the planning of consumer to purchase the goods and services for the consumption. So, consequently, all the available goods and services in the market can easily be sold out to the consumer to utilize it properly. So the next financial year, producer have to make the fresh plan because there is no crisis and no surplus product in the marketplace. Demand exactly meet with the supply. So economy reaches its equilibrium. But whenever we talk about an equilibrium, it doesn't show whether our economy is attaining full employment or underemployment. So, see the topic full employment and underemployment. First come to the topic of full employment equilibrium. It is an ideal condition, or you can say rather it's a hypothetical condition. Full employment equilibrium, the dream or concept of classic economists who opine that economy always attain the full employment equilibrium in the long run. There is no option to have unemployment in the economy. Means here full employment means utilization of goods and services, utilization of all the factors of production fully as well as efficiently. Means fuller and efficient utilization of resources, that is land, labor, capital and entrepreneurship are required to have full employment equilibrium of any economy. Means if you wish to understand the concept of full employment equilibrium, must remember it's an imaginary or hypothetical condition in the economy. You can say it's rarely to be found in the real world. Perhaps no economy in the present world which only try to attain full employment equilibrium. Means you can oppose the concept of full employment equilibrium easily because the full employment required employment equilibrium. The concept is first fuller utilization of resource. Not only the fuller utilization, it's also efficient utilization. Efficient utilization of all the resource. What are the resources here? Means we are talking about what we are talking about: land, labor, capital and entrepreneurship. See and imagine whether it's possible or not in the present world. I mean, a state of equilibrium in which all the factors of production, land, labor, capital and entrepreneurship are fully as well as efficiently utilized to produce the goods and services. If the situation is so, you can consider it as the full employment equilibrium. One, misconception arise whether the full employment means zero unemployment or not. If an economy attains the full employment equilibrium, what can you say about unemployment in that economy? अगर हमने मान लिया कि कोई इकोनॉमी फुल एम्प्लॉयमेंट में है, तो क्या उस इकोनॉमी में अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट होगी या नहीं होगी? See the concept. It's an imaginary. That's why I am saying you. It's an imaginary because if you observe any economy, you can observe it easily that there is some degree of unemployment. So, how is possible to attain full employment equilibrium? Classic group of economists opine that man is social animal and man is affected by their self-interest. Man is social animal and man is affected by their self-interest. If a man is irrational, he or she has to work to produce the goods and services, whatever they can, to sell it into the market to earn income or profit. If one is willing to do the work, he must do the work to produce the goods and services. If there is goods and services available in the market, it will be accordingly demanded in the market, because our classic concept was truly based on Sage's law of market. A famous economist named Professor J.B. Sage had given a concept of market. According to him, supply creates its own demand. What it means, supply creates its own demand, means factors of production required to maintain supply. No need to focus on demand. If there is any supply in the market, your supply will automatically create its own demand. In the classic concept, there were no requirement of advertisement, no requirement of government interference, and no requirement of any extra effort to create demand for the goods and services. Since classic concept was based on supply creates its own demand, so if there is anybody facing the problem of unemployment, what he or she has to do, they have to do the services to produce the goods and services. And if they do so, the services of those people will be demanded in the market. If you have any objection regarding this, you have to understand another concept. What the meaning of unemployment for classic group of economists? What it means to have unemployment in the economy. So, to justify this, we have to discuss about concept of unemployment. After that, you will get the clear knowledge how one economy can attain full employment equilibrium. Means full employment means there is some degree of unemployment maybe in the economy. Means, see what we have to discuss. If there is full employment in the economy, you can say there is no excess capacity, no excess capacity with the firm. The excess capacity of the firm has been utilized. So there is no excess capacity. Whatever the capacity with the firm to produce the goods and services, they have utilized it properly. So they cannot produce anymore. So full employment is a situation in this potential output equal to the real output. What the potential with the economy to produce the goods and services is as same as the actual size of goods and services. So according to classic group, there is unemployment voluntarily and on involuntarily unemployment. After discussing about this, you can get clear knowledge regarding the full employment, how it's possible. According to classic concept of economists, there are two types of unemployment in the economy. One is voluntarily, another involuntarily. But under the voluntarily unemployment, people are not willing to do the job or do the work to generate the goods and services to earn income or profit. So, willingly here people are unemployed. In case of voluntarily, one has ability to do the work, but the person is not willing to do the work at prevalent wage rate. Whatever the cause, they may waiting for a better wage, better post, or better convenient condition to generate the goods and services. So they are waiting. If they are not willing to do the job, you cannot consider that people as unemployed people. Those people are voluntarily employed. So in case of full employment, some degree of voluntarily unemployment may there. Means जब इकोनॉमी फुल एम्प्लॉयमेंट में होगी उसमें भी अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट हो सकती है, बट जो अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट होगी वो वॉलंटरीली नेचर की होगी. मीन्स पीपल आर इंटेंशनली नॉट डूइंग द वर्क. द सिचुएशन इन विच people are not willing to do the work, those people who are not willing to do the job are unemployed. But according to classic concept, those people will not be considered as unemployed people, because unemployment refers to a situation in which an able-bodied who is able and willing to do the work at prevalent wage are unable to find the work. यहाँ unemployment तब होगी when an able-bodied who is willing to do the work at prevalent wage rate is unable to find a work. एक आदमी जो काम करना चाहता भी है और काम करने की कैपेसिटी भी रखता है, both are required. One ability to do the work, another willingness to do the work at prevalent wage. जो वेज रेट मार्केट में कंटिन्यू कर रही है उसी वेज पर अगर वो पर्सन काम करने के लिए रेडी है, विलिंग टू डू द वर्क एट प्रिवेलेंट वेज एंड अनेबल टू फाइंड द वर्क, और तब उसे वर्क नहीं मिलती है, यू कैन से द पर्सन इज अनएम्प्लॉयड. बट for voluntarily the situation is different. These people are not willing to do the work at present wage rate. So those people cannot be considered as unemployed people. So in case of full employment, there some degree of voluntary unemployment may exist in the economy, but no scope for involuntary. Means at the full employment, voluntarily unemployment may exist. It may exist some degree of unemployment, but involuntary, zero, involuntarily unemployment. Zero involuntarily unemployment means if the economy attempt full employment, you can say it may have some degree of voluntarily unemployment, but there is no option for involuntarily. Involuntarily employment must be zero in case of full employment equilibrium. So the full employment equilibrium refers to a situation in which our resources or factors of production are fully and efficiently utilized to produce the goods and services. So in case of that, there is no excess capacity with the firm to produce the goods and services. But in case of full employment, there may some degree of voluntary unemployment, but there is no scope for involuntary unemployment in the full employment equilibrium. See some other concept of unemployment. Unemployment में structural and fractional. Unemployment में structural as well as fractional. What the meaning of two? Structural unemployment refers to a situation in which people are unemployed because some degree of structural change in the industry. Means the employment caused by a structural change in industry. Suppose इंडस्ट्री पहले मैनुअल लेबर यूज करती थी, अभी टेक्नोलॉजी अडेप्ट कर ली है. अगर पहले मैनुअल वर्क कराती थी, अब मशीन से वर्क करा रही है, तो वर्कर हु आर नॉट एफिशिएंट टू डू द वर्क विथ मशीन may be thrown out of the job by an industry due to structural change. So structural employment occur due to structural change in industry. And frictional unemployment, the unemployment with the worker in between two jobs. If you observe the situation of employment in the market, you will get the knowledge. People are continuously searching a good job. To have a good job, they have to resign from the present job and to go somewhere to search the better job. So in between two, between resignation of one and joining other, whatever the time period required for the worker to search is called फ्रिक्शनल अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट। सपोज करो कि आप अपने लोकेलिटी से में एक जॉब कर रहे हो और जॉब को रिजाइन करते हो फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ बेटर जॉब इन मेट्रोज। यू हैव टू गो टू द मेट्रो टू सर्च द जॉब। इन बिटवीन सपोज 1 month, 2 months or 3 months required to spend by you. So this period of unemployment is considered as frictional unemployment. So come and conclude the concept of full employment. Full employment refers to a situation. Full employment refers to a situation in which demand for labor is as same as supply of labor. Demand for labor is as same as supply of labor. So our economy may attain full employment equilibrium or underemployment equilibrium. Say, there are two possibilities for equilibrium of an economy: underemployment equilibrium and full employment. For the full employment equilibrium, demand for labor equals supply of labor, and for underemployment equilibrium, demand for labor is less than supply of labor, where at prevalent wage rate. Say, where DL stands for supply of labor. So there are two options we have for equilibrium of an economy at which AD equal AS. Suppose AD is equal AS at which DL exactly equal SL. So the next condition AD equal AS. अगर दोनों कंडीशन फुलफिल हो रही है, DL भी SL के इक्वल है और AD AS के इक्वल है, you can say economy attain full employment equilibrium. In other conditions, suppose AD equal AS but DL less than SL, you can say economy attain equilibrium but with unemployment. That's why it considered as underemployment equilibrium. So there are two possibilities we have for equilibrium of an economy: either full employment equilibrium or underemployment equilibrium. So the essential concept to start our discussion regarding problem of excess demand and deficient demand is over. In the next class, we have to start our real problem, excess demand as well as deficient demand. So for today, it's over now. Thanks all.